overrun on that side.
Yeah.
Who's got this side of the fire? They do? We're right here. It's like,
Yeah, exactly. That really is where we're striving to do. That's to steal a wildland term. You have an anchor point, and that's where everything starts. That's your, just like it sounds. That is the beginning. That is the anchor for everything that you're doing. It's in a safe area, and you build off of that. And so, with all of these classes that we're going through, and our deployments as well as we go out, we're just taking all that knowledge that we're gaining and bringing it back here to Knox County. And the region. We obviously cooperate with Gatlinburg, Sevierville, different agencies that are in our area when they need the help. And every time we have one of these classes or do a deployment, we bring that knowledge back here. And the goal is to make Knox County safer.
What's that?
you have a bird in here?
Not that I'm aware of.
Can you get us one? And can you tell them we're going to jump back to Bird's Nest and start putting
Stand by. What units are you?
Why not?
Just
Drive all the way around. Can I walk through these yards?
Alright.
I'm right here in autopilot.
Engine 5 and Engine 6 from IC. Go and stage at high.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some horseshoe hose down here.
And
Well, it's too
communicate
late
with Division
now.
A for
We're
assignment.
off by
Yeah, stage High Rockaway, communicate with Division A for assignment.
What is he?
Yeah, we were joined by several other agencies. The lead instructor for the week, his name is Rich Holloway. He is a chief for Rural Metro Fire, but in Josephine County, Oregon. So he was able to fly out here and be the lead instructor for all the classes. Other departments that were involved were Gatlinburg Fire Department, Pigeon Forge Fire Department, Karnes Fire Department. We also had representatives from the Tennessee National Guard come out, and they showed us their capabilities and with the Bambi buckets and the helicopters and that side of it. We also had the Tennessee Division of Forestry came out and showed some of their equipment. So it was definitely an interagency team effort, and folks from all over this region coming together to train that week.
Is
Division B from
Stage.
command.
the X staging?
Yes.
Stage.
Division B.
Go ahead for B.
What's that?
What's the name
Engine
for the
5.
helicopter?
Division A.
Huh?
Division A, go ahead.
Engine 5 in staging with Engine 6. Waiting on assignment.
Engine 5, I need you to come up and go to the north side of Bird's Nest Way and establish
All right. What type of
a
fuel?
wet line between the houses and the fire.
North.
I'll work on getting you a
And the
helicopter.
Bird's Nest Way.
Right here.
Where's north?
Lots of
I'm assuming
That's
that's
north. So you want me to come here?
Yeah, command from Division A.
Go for Division A.
The big benefits that we got was building those relationships with the different departments around us. We do that somewhat already on the structure side, but specifically in the wildland side, we haven't done that much. So in doing that, working with the Division of Forestry, working with our local cooperators who are close to us, the goal by doing that is when an event happens, and it will someday unfortunately, when we come together and we start working, we've done it before. We know the people that we're working with. They know us. Different departments have different capabilities. Some folks have specialized equipment that is specific to them. Well, if we know that they have that equipment, we can utilize it. Sometimes they may have a resource that we're not aware of. So by working with these different agencies, one, we become familiar with each other, and then two, we learn those capabilities each person has, or each department has.
Division A or command.
I'm assigning my next resource to Bird's Nest Way to establish a wet line between the fire and the back of those houses.
Copy. What units were those?
Engine 5 and
Engine 5.
6 is here
Six.
too.
I'm just saying, we got
Engine
one hell of a
6
wet
is
line
staged.
up there. Where?
Right here.
Here.
You need to contact him for an assignment.
Hey, Dobby, what you want me to do? Crew member just got dropped off.
There's another
and
one.
Your
Stop
text
putting your
is
watch
back.
over the fire.
So you're down
Yeah,
to
where am I starting fires?
Okay,
You
so,
just made a hell of a wet line over there.
okay, so my next engine, I want you to make direct attack. Anchor, I want you to anchor right here beside engine 1.
7 and 8.
Yep. 7 and 8.
Attack
They're coming.
the
But their way
right
is
flank.
out. So I think 22 minutes is where
So,
douching it.
Was that a sand table that
that the students were working with?
It looks a lot like sand, but it's actually crushed walnut shells. It has the consistency, that feel of sand, but it's actually crushed walnut shells that are down to that granular level. So, and it's kind of nicknamed the sand table, but it's walnut shells. That's correct. And so what we can do is using Google Maps, there's a feature in there that shows elevation changes and slope and things like that. And so we will post that on the map, and then with your hands you can build up a mountainside or put in a river, those type of things. It's actually pretty fun. It's a kind of hands-on skill there, a little bit of art involved. But what it does is once you switch over to that Google Maps view, that satellite view, where it looks like there's a mountain, you look down and in 3D there is a mountain there. And so that adds to the realism, and that's big. If you're using that SimsTable for a wildland fire, fire will go with slope, and so if it's up slope, it's going to burn faster in that area. And in doing these scenarios, you can anticipate that, and that will direct your actions as far as where would I like to place a handline crew, where would I like to place a dozer, because you can anticipate where the fire is going. It's even smart enough you can put in the weather parameters for wind, temperature, those things. So again, the wind would be a big factor as far as the direction of the fire. So
That'll be at 45
two.
minutes. So we're only.
You
What's
guys
our
are
time?
doing the protection right here.
24.
And I've got exit
So,
5
yeah.
here as
I think
secondary
next is the
protection to
32
begin on these
for
houses.
state resources.
And they're making an attack on this side of the fire. So you guys should be doing this side, right?
Yeah.
You guys are attacking this side?
I'm laying a wet line here or here.
Yeah.
Where have you got?
Right
you
now,
wanted
all of
two to-
this should be covered being attacked.
So you're
Did you give your assignment
right
to
there.
One and a half.
Yeah, that's what he said, is that you're protecting behind the.
No, I was laying a wet line, I thought.
Your wet line right here.
Back here? Okay.
Right there.
Well,
between-
I failed.
Yeah, look, you failed.
Failed.
It's just a little spot, it's fine.
Go ahead. If you see spots, put them out.
Spit on. So suppress, go ahead and suppress that.
Yep.
Oh,
They're almost.
now your Jeep's on fire.
Done.
Command from Division Bravo.
Go for command.
What division are you again, Dobby? Division Alpha,
Bartenders
Division
for,
5.
Go ahead and
I've got a spot fire.
this is definitely the next level of that, because not only is I guess we could call it the picture better, but it matters. That slope matters, and you can see it. Whether we're using this for a flooding event or a wildland fire, anything along those lines, the contour of the land, the topography of the land that we're on matters. And you can see it with this table. We can simulate that a little bit in the 2D with a flat piece of paper or maybe a poster board, but this really makes it hit home. And the computer is smart enough, it sees that slope too, and that's the direction the fire will go. Well, we'd like to think that this certainly added to that experience. We would do a class like you're talking about, the traditional method that we're in there, and the instructors can get creative. You can maybe mix in some videos, those type of things, and not make it just a piece of paper. But this is using the SimsTable is just the next level. That brings the video, the topography, everything into play. So it definitely, if you have the option to use it, I would always vote for using it.
Copy that. Requesting a water
Got
tender.
the instruction, bird's nest. You want me to
They will
engage
be
that?
the ones.
5 and 6.
Are they both?
Go ahead and engage it,
We're
knock
at
down, let me know if
What
you
about
need any
7?
resources.
Copy
He
that.
just called you a tender.
5 and 6 are both on.
Oh, I am a tender.
I don't know what's
You just got another one on the way.
Good, I got at least a brand, so I'm extending.
Division.
Yeah, 7 and 8 are
Go
here.
for command.
We have to
they are
leave
type
that.
one.
It's going to get bigger.
Copy that.
Division A.
7 and 8 are type
Division
1.
out.
I'll extinguish my fire.
Division A from command.
Go ahead, command.
Are you able to send a tender over to Division B? They're requesting water.
I am
Nope.
apparently a tender.
I'm a tender
Who
too.
is E6, E5?
I'm
You've got him in
five.
play right here.
Yeah, 5 and 6
they're
are
up here.
tenders.
That's just
Engine
not
7's on
okay.
the same as well.
Hey, friend.
So yeah, no.
Copy. Engine
You
7.
have two tenders
equal
right here for that
Division B.
House spot fire. The house.
Which will be
Yeah,
over
I
on
only
the
have
side
one
of
tender.
I only have one
Yeah, I'm
tender.
over there.
No, I'm a
these
tender
are
as
actually
well.
two
You said
tenders.
division
They
what?
just got me
Division
calling
B will
calling
be
me
on the
engine
east
seven.
side.
Yeah, absolutely. So, wildland fires, flooding events, if you have storm damage and you know where that damage has kind of occurred, maybe you have a track on that storm, you can plot that on there, and now you know what neighborhoods were probably involved. From a command aspect, you don't have to be in the field. As you're getting information from the field, you can put that on this map. And so this map, as you gather the intelligence, you can plot what's happening on there. And so it's like a interactive game of strategy. If you remember that board game,
Right.
that's exactly what this is. And so you can even use it in a hazmat scenario. You know, you have a train derailment, and maybe you have a plume from a substance going out from that wreck into a neighborhood potentially. Well, you can plot that on this map. You can put that on there, know the substance, the amount, and it will simulate just how far that plume is going to go. Again, put the weather parameters in. That'll give you the direction and those type of things. So, yeah, the only limitation to it is your imagination. So it's just an incredible piece of equipment.
Okay. Yes, then yes, I can send you, because you're backed in.
Division Bravo.
So you see how it's
Division Bravo's over there.
Much better.
Those divisions are now.
So what was your identification?
He's engine 6.
I'm in 6. I'm a tender.
But you're a tender.
I'm a tender.
Okay, so command from Division Alpha, I'm sending you engine 6, which is actually a tender.
So let's change his
Copy.
nomenclature to tender 6.
6 going to Division B.
You got me doing direct attack though on that.
Hey, they're all engines. You guys are.
That's because I thought you were an engine.
Sorry. Yeah, we did too.
It's okay. That's all right. Go ahead. They need you over there.
Command from Bravo.
I can continue attack with my
Go for
right
command.
here because this is we're not attacking
All
the
the
structure.
houses
We're
have
just
been
knocking
evacuated
down
on this side.
brush.
The FireWise program that we'll be introducing, and what that'll entail is we'll meet with the different homeowners association, different groups, anybody that's interested, and teach them how to prepare their property in case there's a wildland fire beforehand. So your property is not as susceptible to damage should a brush fire get out of hand or any of those things. So we're going to introduce that program. Then also, if a community is very, very interested in it, they have another program called Ready, Set, Go, and it's mostly used in wildland fire, but you can use it in other cases as well, flooding, sometimes even storms, things along those lines. And the Fire Prevention Bureau, or the entity that's in charge of the different levels, and to be ready, get set, and go, would be able to broadcast out to the folks that want that information, and we would give them updates on, okay, with this fire is, growing and growing, and we need to get ready, because the next step would be to go. And you can take that program and build on it, and even before the event happens, we said it sounds easy to tell someone to go, but where do they go? How do they get out of there? If a pathway out is blocked, what's your secondary route? What's your third route? Be really surprised. A lot of people know one way to their house and one way home, and that's what they use every day, and it's always been there. Well, what happens when a tree falls down across that, or power lines, or fire is endangering that road? You can't even see because of the smoke. You can't see to make it home that way, and it's certainly not safe. So we would pre-plan all that and prepare folks for all that.
And we're still attempting to suppress the fire.
Hey, we need to tie into
Copy that.
Bird's Nest.
Command or Division A from command.
You're
Division
a
A,
tender.
go ahead.
Where you
Can I
want?
get a can report?
Where you want tender?
Copy that, command. Currently, the fire is in check on the
Just come right
east front.
We need to
It is still continuing to go
self-supply.
northwest and to proceed down something pathway. Division Bravo might be able to give you a better cane report on their aspect of the fire. I had a spot fire on Bird's Nest Way, but engine 6 was able to put that out.
Copy that. As far as the fire front, do we have anything ahead of it to stop the fire?
Division- Division Alpha has all sides of our fire contained with wet line. Division Bravo is, can advise their side.
been able to establish here lately. Then building onto that, now we started working together for different training missions and scenarios and those type things. So we are going to keep building on that and start doing what's called drills. That is the hands-on training out in the field. We're going to start doing some of that, and what all that does for us is it builds that familiarity with each other. We can send emails back and forth, have Zoom meetings all you want, but until we actually get together and we start working, when the big event happens, well, we've drilled on this. We've run through this. They know what we're going to do, and we know what they're going to do. So it's a benefit for everybody across the board.
Copy. Division B from command. What's your cane report?
We have also got our side contained the wetland.
Engineers on scene.
28 minutes in.
That doesn't happen, does it? When you guys are trying to communicate with somebody like that?
Yeah, like, because we've assigned somebody at that house. Extinguish that, like that.
Literally, I jumped the
Engine.
Engine 6.
Yeah, engineer.
If you can join up with Division B.
Yeah, I just
Copy.
changed nomenclature. So
All right, where's Division Bravo?
On east side of
East
those.
side.
Alpha, Tender 5. How's your spot fire and suppression?
we extinguished one near the house.
Hey, that's not going to spread anymore, so you're good on that. Now he's going to be able to see that up there.
Okay. And how's your wet line?
So we're down.
Wet line is laid
Okay.
from here to here.
Oh shit.
It's got fire. It jumped. Division
Where
Alpha.
are you?
Alpha Drive?
10 to 5. Yeah, fire just jumped the road.
I'm gonna have you
It's
join.
south of the northern portion of Bird's Nest Way.
Who's this?
I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm about to be in a bad spot.
Well, I'm going to have you back out because apparently they wouldn't run us over. So, engine 2,
And I did.
I want you to pull back and assist
4X.
Tender 5 and knocking down that Bird's Nest Way spot.
That's cool.
Division B from command.
Go ahead for B.
So this is you?
Do we have any fire spread down the north side of that hill?
North side of which hill?
Of the origin of the fire?
Negative.
Copy that. Just curious. Can't see from the smoke.
Command from Alpha.
Go for command.
We had a spot fire on the opposite side of Bird's Nest Way. I pulled engine 2 out to assist Tender 5 with controlling that spot.
Copy that. You got a spot fire. Any additional resources needed for your end?
Not right now.
They've not requested any at the moment. You might want to have someone on standby.